I went to many years of talking class, which my mom called a talking class, not speech therapy, because she didn't want me to know anything was wrong with me. All kids went to talking class. And one day she was asking me, how was talking class today, Ronnie? What'd you learn? I said, terrible. She's like, oh my God, well, what's wrong? My teacher, she hit me and she slapped me. And then she took off her hair, it was a wig. She was really a vampire. And then she threw me out the building and I died. And my mom told my speech therapist about this. It was Mrs. Kane, right? And she told her about the story and she only had one question. She said, how did she pronounce the V in vampire? Because we've really been working on it. My mom tells me when I was a kid, I would come up to her and say things like, Mom, I'm dumb. I don't have the words. My sisters would tell their friends that they couldn't make fun of me because I was born retarded and they couldn't make fun of me. When I was a kid, I had it drilled into my head by both of my parents, like, you're so brilliant, you're so smart, you're so clever, you're so strong. I was convinced that I was meant to be president and Olympic champion at the same time if I worked hard enough at it. I remember feeling frustrated not being able to communicate sometimes, but honestly, I thought it was everybody else's problem. I learned that Apraxia became an advantageous disadvantage for me when I was a kid because I learned to express myself more physically to try and communicate, and that's what drew me to athletics from the very beginning, was I needed to physically show what, just to get anything out. You know, you feel like trapped in your own head and then you can't really communicate. You're in your own separate world that's separated from everybody else, and physically it was a way that I could bridge that gap, and I honestly turned out to be a great thing for me. I feel like I'm so much better at like analogies and metaphors for all those times that I was thinking of trying to come out with a word that I couldn't pronounce or couldn't think of, so I had to think of a way around it. And now that I have the words, I have all these advantages that I gained because of Apraxia. I'm very glad that my mom never gave up, and every time that someone suggested that I should go to special ed or that I needed hearing aids, she always went the extra mile to really try and understand me. And for a kid struggling to be understood, that means the world. So thank you, Mom.